Dear students, my name is Nausheen, and in today's session we are going to discuss what is the fiscal health in India in the current times. This discussion is pertaining to the lockdown period and the COVID-19 crisis which is going on not only in India but across the world, and how India is taking steps to control it through change in expenditures and how that may affect the fiscal deficit of India. So, for understanding more about this topic, we would be taking the reference of FRBM Act, and we are going to see that how India's fiscal deficit may or may not remain as per the FRBM Act targets. So, India's current fiscal deficit, if we have to check the figures, the figures were revised at the time of Union Budget presentation to 3.8% of GDP. So the earlier target was 3.3% of GDP, and the finance minister has taken a deviation of 0.5% by taking an escape clause which is there in the FRBM Act. And as per that escape clause, any country can take a deviation from the target of up to 0.5% of GDP, which may be because of any unforeseen circumstances which may be natural or man-made, or any threat of national security because of which government may have to spend extra expenditure. So under this deviation, apart from that deviation, now by the end of February 2020, the fiscal deficit of India has stood at 5.07%. Now, if fiscal deficit has been up to 5.07% of GDP, it is very difficult to say whether it would be government will be able to reduce GDP to 3.8%, given the situation that in March the COVID-19 crisis had actually increased and government had to increase its expenditure, and that is still going on. Extra expenditure is being made to contain the virus, and that is why it's difficult to say whether fiscal deficit would be reduced to 3.8% of GDP. The points of concern for all of us are that, particularly in the financial year 2019-20, the last month, which is March 2020, we can't expect much on the revenue side. So low tax collections may happen in March 2020 owing to lockdown as well as slowdown. So that implies that the revenue may not be much. Rising expenditures because government is making efforts to contain virus and enforce lockdown. A lot of expenditure on medical services, on police forces, and on related services is being made, and fiscal deficit is higher than the permissible limit even in January 2020. So even towards the end of January 2020, or what we can say at the time of Union Budget presentation on 1st February 2020, fiscal deficit was higher, and now this is expected to go even beyond the permissible limits because of the crisis situation. Let's try to compare how other countries have been able have planned to deal with this crisis and what may be the case of India. So in US, the government has announced the CARES Act, which is Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security, and as per the CARES Act, it has proposed to inject 2.2 trillions, or what is about 10% of the country's GDP, in order to stimulate the economy. The size of the stimulus package is actually very big and somewhat similar to what was given at the time of bailing out the US economy from the depth of economic recession. So in 2008-2009 also US has seen a recession, and now again there is a chance of the appearance of this recession. So government has tried to inject $2.2 trillion to stimulate the US economy. If we look at the case of Germany, one of the biggest packages which have been given across the world has been by Germany, because the package is nearly 1/3 of its GDP. So Germany has surpassed all other European countries also to give and announce a package of 1.1 trillion euros, and this 600 euro billion economic stabilization fund basically offers 400 billion euros of guarantee for company debts, 100 billion euros to lend directly or to buy stake in troubled firms, and 100 billion euros to fund state investment bank KfW. So this was the package announced by Germany. The case of France and Italy is also similar. So France has pledged 300 billion euros of state guarantees for bank loans and 45 billion euro package for small businesses, adding up to over 14% of country's GDP. So these GDPs are greater than the 10% GDP stimulus package announced by US economy. The European economies would have the benefit of additional support from the European Commission as well as European Central Bank, while Italy announced a rescue package of up to 25 billion euros, which is nearly $28 billion on March 16, 2020. If you have to check the case of Japan, Uzbekistan and Indonesia, so Japan has pledged nearly a package of 19% of GDP, which is $990 billion. Uzbekistan also has taken some proactive steps to minimize the impact on its economy by announcing $1 billion special fund, $3 billion loans to private sector, $500 million loan deferral. So it has planned to give tax holidays and has also planned to give deferment of loans and even social payments to healthcare workers, as well as bonuses to them in order to incentivize and appreciate the role played by them. Other financial support, which is actually equaling close to 10% of Uzbekistan's GDP. For Indonesia, it has announced 10.3 trillion rupiah, $727 million rescue package to support consumer spending and tourism in the country. Second stimulus package of 120 trillion rupiah also was announced by Indonesia to further support its economy amid the COVID-19 outbreak. So, if we compare all these cases with India, currently the fiscal stimulus package is yet to be announced by the Indian government, but looking at the steps taken so far, India has announced 1.7 lakh crore package under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana on March 26, and this is not a new scheme. It has been a part of the earlier scheme, and whatever money is being injected through this scheme is just 0.7% of country's GDP. While recently Niti Aayog has undertaken an assessment and has suggested the government to provide a stimulus package of nearly 10 lakh crore, which may be nearly 5% of GDP. However, one has to understand that when a country is announcing a stimulus package which is equivalent to some percentage of GDP, that much fiscal deficit is expected to rise. So if we are currently estimating our fiscal deficit to be 5.2% of GDP, and the government announces a package which would be 5% of GDP, so 5.2 plus 5%, that gives 10.2% of GDP would be the fiscal deficit. So India has to play very cautiously the steps to control COVID-19 crisis. On one hand, welfare is very, very important and it's a priority for the government, but on the other hand, it's about choosing how much to deviate from the FRBM Act targets, because adhering to the targets may not be a necessity right now, but meeting the targets back again would be a challenge for the governments in the future. So students, we come towards the end of this session, and I hope you could understand what is the fiscal health of India in current times. We would be back with some more information and data from time to time to discuss how government is playing an active role in controlling the crisis situation. But till then, all of you take care and have a great time. Thank you.